one man who needs to be credited for introducing us to yoga props, which is a gift to modern yoga, is Guruji BKS Iyengar. He fully well understood that the modern man, given his lifestyle today, needs some supportive tools to minimize the risk of injury and maximize the benefits of the pose. He was a living example of adapting to the current times while staying connected to the roots. With this, I welcome you to another session of Prop It Up with me, Nishtha. Make sure that for today's session, you have your yoga blocks. You can use a bolster, and if you don't have that, you can use pillows, cushions, or blankets. Without much ado, let's dive in and find out what awaits us. We start by centering ourselves. You can take a block and come in Vajrasana. So we use this posture to begin with. So I'm using a block which can be placed flat or at the second level, right under the hip, and this will allow my spine to be nicely lifted and keeping me comfortable in this posture in the kneeling position. If you're not comfortable with Vajrasana, feel free to sit in a cross-leg position in Sukhasana. So we'll start by centering ourselves here. Once you've adjusted your body, your spine, gently close your eyes. And let us use our time here to connect well to the body and to the breath. Notice if there's any tense energies in the body. If the mind is racing away with thoughts, allow it to all settle. Keep bringing yourself back to this very moment, to your breath. Finding an inhale entering through the nose, an exhale releasing the breath through the nose. Just staying aware of this cycle of breath. Start noticing how it's changing the feeling within. We'll go for one more round of breath here. And once you're ready, gently blink and open your eyes. Great. So you can choose to continue staying here in Vajrasana, or if you are not comfortable, come into a cross-leg position. I'm keeping a block underneath so my back, my spine stays lifted well. Now while we're here, we're going to do a variation of cat-cow in the seated position. So interlace your fingers first. Flip your palms turning open as we start with the warm-up. Palms facing up towards the ceiling. Nicely lengthen your spine, keep the chest open. Hold, breathe here. And one more breath, inhale. And on exhale, flip your palms turning towards you. As you round your back, press your chest, your navel in. And notice how the hands are being pulled forward. Head is inward. And again, inhale. Open, flip the palm, lengthen your spine. Yes, notice how similar this is to the cat-cow movement we otherwise do. And exhaling, rounding the back. Again, flip your palms, inhale, open, very nice, and exhale, turn the palms in, rounding the back in, chest in, navel in, arms pulling forward and long. We'll do this one more time. Inhale to nicely elongate your spine. And exhaling, rounding the back, pull the hands forward, chin in, and flip it up. Great. Take the hands from the sides, take the hands behind the back now, interlace your fingers, open chest. And we'll go in for a forward fold here. Keep your hands interlaced behind. Exhale to fold forward, slowly lowering the head down. And inhaling, come up. Great. Now if you're still sitting in Vajrasana like me, we can now move to the cross-leg position. So I'm placing the block still under the hip. So I continue to maintain an upright spine. And from here, we will further continue to interlace the fingers behind the back, pull open, twist and turn your body to the right side and folding forward diagonally now. Exhale, head going down. Hold it. Inhale, come up. Let's switch to the other side. Twist and turn your body to the left and taking the head down towards the knee. And then inhale, come back up. Great. Release the hands from behind and take it up. And open long. Again, let's twist and turn to the right side and reaching forward. And let the hand extend, lowering the head down. Slowly come back. Let's again take the arms up, twist to the left side and diagonally folding forward. Walk your fingertips, but make sure your hip is pressing down into the block. And slowly come back up, and we'll do last time, folding forward. Inhale, open. And exhaling, walk your hands ahead. And then slowly inhale to come back up. Now that you've come back up, let's move further. We're going to go into Malasana, and this time we'll do Malasana slightly supported. So what you'll do is continue keeping the block or cushion that you're using underneath you and simply just take your feet out to the side. Right? So now as you can see, I have a block underneath like a stool, like a seat to sit on. So that is not adding any weight or pressure on my ankle joints or my knees. So we will hold here in Malasana. In case you need to add more height, feel free to take a second block to sit up like this. Yes, you can add a higher cushion as well as you like. Right? So we will be a little supported in Malasana. Watch how my feet are opened out, toes pointing out to the sides. Alright, and then from here on the right side, we'll go for a bind first. So first let us extend the right hand out and open, walk it out to the side, and first take your left hand on the waist. Watch here, preparing. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now with the same hand that's extended out to the side, you will roll the hand inward and bend the elbow, trying to take the hand behind. Second hand will try and meet the fingers at the back. Now even if your hands are not meeting, it's perfectly fine. You can just keep them close. And we'll hold it. It's just a very short hold for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly then release. Come back out to the center. Great. Let's continue then. Walking the hand out to the side. Now on the left, same way. First you keep your hand extended and then we will take the other hand coming onto the waist. Let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take the bind further, bending the elbow, passing the hand behind, and then check if you are able to meet your fingers. If not, just keep it close. And we'll stay. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly release, come back. And we have the last variation here in Malasana, wherein you will have your right arm bending in at a right angle against the inner part of your leg. And I'm holding the opposite ankle. Now once you've got this grip, take the second hand coming up and bending the body into the side. We'll hold here. 5 more. Nicely release the complete lateral side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back, we'll switch. Taking the hand to the opposite ankle and let's open. Bending the body in. Holding another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly then release. Come back to the center. Now we're going to come up into Uttanasana. So for which you can start getting your feet a bit closer and prepare to lift your hip off from the prop and pull the prop in front, placing it ahead here. Okay, and you can start getting your feet closer and we'll be here in Uttanasana. So if your hands are floating in air and you don't have it going anywhere, use the prop. You can have your hands on the block instead. If your hands are reaching the floor directly, then you can just place it on the mat. Now from here, you can start maybe softening your knees a bit. Let the body fold in. Keep the head neck relaxed. See where you want to place your hands. And be here for a few easy breaths. And then slowly inhale, look up, get your hands on the waist and inhaling, come back up. Very nice. Now from here we're going to further move into the main postures. Alright, let's get started with the main postures. We'll start to spread out our legs a bit here and you can clear your mat space a bit. We'll get ready for the first main posture, which is going to be Ashta Chandrasana. So as you can see, I've taken a good distance between my legs. Feet are now staying parallel and I'm going to turn my right foot open and allowing the back foot to come on the toes. So nicely rotate. Yes, hands can first be on the waist. Align yourself. Once you're ready, inhale to open arms up. Nice. So make sure hips are staying squared, heel is lifted properly, and notice the nice little stretch that you feel here in your hip flexor, all the way going into the psoas muscles, the deeper hip muscles. Let's stay. We want to nicely release our hips today. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then push that leg to straighten and slowly bring your hands down. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Turn it open and allowing the back foot to now come on the toes. Lift the heel up and see I'm moving my foot behind to make the right distance. So you can nicely lunge in. Bend that knee. When you're ready, inhale. Shoulders relaxed, palms are parallel and hold it here. Back knee straightened out. Yes, keep the back of your neck straightened out. Let's hold. Breathe. Being here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push and straighten. Great. Come back out. Let's take the hands on the waist. Slowly move your feet in. Come back out. Great. Now we're going to grab a block. You need one single block. In case you don't have a block, you can take a stack of cushions. You can even take a small bottle which can add as a little height, a little support for your hand. For the next one, that's a balancing posture known as Ardha Chandrasana. This is one of my favorite postures and I love doing it with the block because it really aligns the body well. Without having your body dropping forward, you will be aligned very well here in Ardha Chandrasana. Now, you will spread your legs apart and allow me to demonstrate this for you first. Then you can do it along with me. I'm going to turn my right foot open. Keep the block full height. You can also choose to keep it a little bit lower, see what's comfortable. And then I'm going to place the block here. As you can see, I'm creating a little distance and placing it in line with my toes. You can keep it a bit more in line with your pinky toe. Now this placement is what is going to make the difference when you go up in the posture. So understand the block placement correctly. Once I place the block more in line with my outer toes, I move forward by bending my knee, placing the palm on the block, and very slowly I'm raising that leg up at the back and flexing the back foot there. Keeping that leg at hip height, and then look at a point. If you're ready, open your hand. So as you can see, my body is not falling down because it's trying to reach for the floor. Instead, I can open up, well aligned. And then when you come out, you bend your knee and slowly come back out. Now for those of us who have tight hamstrings, tight hip muscles, find it difficult to even take the block height, you can then choose to double up. You can stack up your blocks this way by increasing the height more in case you find it difficult with a single block also. And just the same way, you can modify and lift the leg up here in Ardha Chandrasana with 2 blocks as well. All right. So let's begin. I hope you're ready to get started with me here in Ardha Chandrasana. Let's start on the right side. Get a good distance. Place your block here, like I showed you, on the outer side of the foot. Once the block is aligned, bend your knee. Get a grip of the block, or if you're using a substitute, maybe like a bottle or any such height, a stack of cushions, shift your weight forward then, lifting that leg up at hip level. Look at a point somewhere on the floor, and that gaze of the point is important, so you stay steady. The back leg, notice how my foot is flexed, curling the toes in, and then maybe if you're ready, open up your arms. Very nice. Together. And let's hold here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and very slowly bend that knee in the front and bring yourself back out. Great. I hope that helped you with the help of the block. Let's do the same thing now on the other side. So moving into Ardha Chandrasana on your left. Like I showed you, feel free to double up your block in case you need more height. We will now align the block once again with the toes, placing the block more towards the outer side of the foot. Get your distance, move the block away from the foot, and when you're ready, very slowly then, raise that leg up at hip level. Remember to flex the foot at the back, look at a point, and once you're ready, slowly start to open your arm up. Great. Let's hold here. Another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and prepare to bend that knee to slowly bring you out of the posture. Great. Now we finished with Ardha Chandrasana. We're going to move into the next one, that is Parsvottanasana. And now we're going to be taking the help of 2 blocks. Alright, so I'm going to keep the 2 blocks here ready in front of my foot. So I place the blocks here, as you can see, at a little distance, and I'm now going to place the right foot between the 2, spacing out, and I'm adjusting my back foot there at a 45-degree angle. Maintain the right foot in the lane on the right side, same with the left on the left side, right? So you are familiar with the posture known as Parsvottanasana. Now we're just going to be doing this with the help of the blocks so that you're able to fold better and keep your spine long. Let's see how. As your blocks are already placed in front of you, we'll together move into this. Inhaling, raising your arms up to the top, and exhale, lengthening the spine, folding in. Now once you come in here, notice if you require a fuller height, use that. If you require half height, flat height, you can accordingly adjust. But make sure that your hands are not floating in air. Your back, if it is rounding, you definitely need to increase the height of the block. So you want to lengthen the spine. See the difference between this and this, right? So try to push your hip to the back and make sure you're not forcing yourself down. Use the support of the blocks well, so chest and spine stay open. Now from that point, you will maybe, if you want to deepen more, bend your elbows in. Yes, adjust the height of the block if required to lower in. Trying to get your trunk, your chest, your stomach close to the leg rather than pressing your head down. Continue to keep your hip pushed at the back. We'll be here for a few more. Last 5. Pull that knee up into the thigh. Bend from the elbow, not from the neck. 4. My eyes are looking forward. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, I open my chest now. Watch how I'm coming out of the posture. And using the hands to pull the body up. Exhale, now you step the back leg forward and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Now I'll keep my left foot between the blocks and now taking the right at the back. Let's reset for Parsvottanasana on the other side. So I have my toes facing forward, back leg 45-degree angle. How the hips are facing forward, be aware of all these little tiny alignmental changes. Inhale, raise your arms up, breathe. Make sure your feet are connected well to the mat. Exhale, push the hip back and elongate the spine. Watch how you're moving parallelly to the ground. Don't be in a hurry to get your head down. Let the hand come to the block. Let the hand come to the block and adjust the block as per your hands. If your body is rounding, remember, take the block height up. It's more important to stay in alignment rather than having your own idea of what it is to deepen a pose. From here, you will then bend the elbows. Continue keeping your hip pushed back and pull the knee up into the thigh. Exhale, breathe out, allowing your trunk to get comfortably close. Remember, we want to choose patience and acceptance over forcing. Accept where your body is right now and move as per that. Looking to a point in front of you. Keeping both the feet actively pressed. We're going to be here for the last 5. And then slowly inhale, open, lift. And then from here, extend, take the arms up, get the hands on the waist to step forward into Tadasana. Let's hold our Tadasana here for a few easy breaths. Just recovering, resetting yourself here from the previous practice. Check on how it feels all over your lower extremities, your back. Notice if there are any changes in your breath. Great. And then when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Now, we're going to further move into it. Remember, we're working towards a peak posture, and all of this is going as per preparation for that posture. Now, you will continue keeping your blocks here in front. Again, you can decide what height of the block works for you, mid-height, tall height, whatever it is. And we're going to then move into the standing split, right? So, as you can see, we did Parsvottanasana now, very similar to that. You're going to move from Parsvottanasana into the standing split. So allow me to demonstrate this for you, understand how we're going to get into it, and then join me in. Blocks are ready in front of me. I'm going to keep my right foot in front, as you can see here, and the left leg is going to go back. Alright, and we'll go into it the same way. So watch me do this first. I'm folding my body in, getting a grip of the blocks. Notice I've kept the blocks as of now a little bit ahead of my foot. And then I'm going to lean the weight forward on my front foot. Back foot is ready to lift. You can decide what height works for you. And then slowly pick the leg up here. Now remember, don't force yourself. Go easy. Give your body a chance to understand what it's going through. You can adjust the block height here. Once you've opened the leg at the back, only if you're comfortable, you will then bend the elbows and slightly fold in further. Right? And this way, you will slowly go in and out of the pose. Are you ready to join me into the standing split? So the blocks are ready here in front. The foot is ready. Remember how we started? We went from Parsvottanasana into raising the leg. So once again, let's go together. We'll start this time. Inhale. And exhale to fold in. Right? Blocks are waiting for you. Hold the block at the height that works. Shift the weight forward on your right foot. Great. Keep the blocks a bit more ahead of your foot, so shoulders are not taking the load. Then raising the left leg up, pointing the toes nice and high. Adjust the block height as per your comfort. Higher, lower. And then bend the elbows a bit to open up the leg. Maybe to fold in a bit more. Let's try and hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, very, very slowly lower it down. You can get your feet coming in together. Keep your knees bent and hang free. Yes, just hanging here. We'll just add a little sway and a little twist. Releasing your leg. Come back to the center. Keep the knees bent. Then slowly inhale and come back up. Great. Now let's get ready to do the same on the left. Okay, so blocks are already in front of your feet. Hands on the waist. Now I'm keeping my left foot in front and sliding my right behind. We'll begin in Parsvottanasana, that will lead us into the standing split. Inhale, raising the arms up. And exhale, push the hip back, go parallelly, fold in. Nice, let the hands reach for the blocks. Keep the blocks in front of your foot. When you're ready, move the weight forward onto the front foot. And then prepare to take that leg up. Very slow. Make sure not to kick. And feel free to bend the standing knee. So that will help you to open from the hip a bit better. Take your time. Slowly, slowly, slowly opening up. If you're comfortable, you may start bending the elbows. Point your toes up. Maybe fold in. All of this is optional. Work with what works for you best. Let's try and hold for 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very slowly lowering the leg down. Have your feet coming together. And we will stay down before we instantly come up. Keep your knees bent. Head, neck relaxed. Hang your body. Swaying to the right. Change, swaying to the left. Come back to the center. Keep the knees bent. Fold in. And then slowly, looking up and long, hands on the waist, carefully come up. Once you come up, we will hold our Tadasana. We will try and adjust here. Allow the body to recover. Notice if you're feeling any kind of lightheadedness, dizziness, because it was a long forward fold. In case you are doing that, just sit down for some time and allow your breath to come back. Those who are comfortable, stay with me in Tadasana. Notice how the changes in your body have happened. The heart is being pumped with the blood. You may be feeling flushed. Maybe the heartbeat has changed and the breath has changed. Being aware of it all. Taking the last 2 breaths here. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Right? I hope you enjoyed that part. Now we're going to go further in. We're going to come down on the mat, moving to the next posture, which is the pigeon pose or Kapotasana. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is, you would want to probably keep your blocks handy, a cushion or a blanket handy, so we can adjust and understand how the hips should be aligned in the pigeon pose. Right, so I'm keeping one block here, which is going to be for my headrest. And if you have a blanket or a cushion, so you can use that to align your hips in case they are tilting. So if you have a blanket, you could possibly just fold it and get a comfortable fold for yourself here. Anything that's available at home. You don't need to have all the props. Simple props from home do just the job, right? So I'm going to keep this blanket handy. And we're going to move into the pigeon. So how are we entering the pigeon? You can choose to enter from downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. I'm keeping this in the center. Let me demonstrate this for you first. I lift up here and pulling one leg forward. So as you can see, I've got one leg forward and the blanket or the cushion can come under the hip. Now this is very useful for those who find themselves collapsing to one side when they do the pigeon. And it is a very common misalignment that is seen in the pigeon posture. So you end up being somewhere like this and your body is tilted here and you're not even getting the benefit of the posture. So here, let the blanket level your hips up. So once you have that blanket lifting you from that side of the hip which is collapsing, you may then be able to stay this way in a squared manner where you feel both sides are equally leveled. Then you can bring your forearms down and rest your head on the block. Right? So this is how we will do the pigeon. The blanket is needed, the cushion is needed only for those who find that the hip is collapsing. If you feel that the hip is leveling well and not tilting to one side, you can go without it. Alright, so let's get ready. This is optional. Keep a block for your head and we are going to move into the downward facing dog first. To bring us into pigeon, let's take the right leg. Bend your right knee. Bring it forward. Place the leg. Right? Move the other leg behind, space out and fill up the gap. If the gap is not filling, please use a prop like the blanket or cushion to tuck it in. Before you go down, level out your hips, being in the center with your trunk. Once you're ready, let's start to drop the elbows down. From your forearms, if you're further comfortable, rest the head down on the block. You can move your elbows out, shoulders relaxed, and we'll hold here for a few moments. Just allowing the weight of your body to surrender into the mat. The pigeon is a passive hip opener, which works even better when you allow yourself to rest well into it. Notice that your body is still staying in the center, not collapsing to the side. Let your breath be easy. Continue to be here for the last 2 breaths. Then slowly inhale, lift your head up, push away, rise up, and from here let's take it back into the downward dog. Tuck your toes and step back. Breathe. Right, are you ready to take it onto the other side? Let's take the left leg now, placing it forward. Once again, notice if there is a large gap to fill up, or if you're tilting to the side, you need your blanket, your cushion to help you do the job of the alignment. Now you will square your hip. Put yourself into the posture the same way. Allow your hips to be squared and leveled. When you're ready, drop your elbows down. And slowly, little by little, rest your head down and completely surrender into the pose. The pigeon can be a posture which may not be the most comfortable or enjoyable for all of us. But then again, it's a very important posture to help you release the tight, stubborn muscles in the hip region. Try to breathe into it. Allowing your mind to stay relaxed. The more you can relax here, the better your body is benefiting from it. Continue to stay aware that the hips are not falling. All throughout the hold, you are maintaining awareness in the entire body, connecting with the deeper layers of your body here. In spite of intense sensations, trying not to react. And then very slowly, after the 3 breaths, you may push yourself away from the ground. Walk your hands up, lengthen the spine, and then tuck the toes back up into the downward dog. Take a breath here, nicely stretch out your legs, and then take a moment, rest your knees, and coming down for child's pose, Malasana, just a moment. And then inhale, come back up. Okay, I hope you were able to feel that difference with the help of the props that we added into the pigeon. I hope you were able to experience a lot more alignment in this posture. Now let's move further into the preparation. Remember, I told you we're working towards a peak posture, and we have a little bit more preparation to do before we finally get into it. We're going to go into Parsvottanasana. Now these are the low lunges, and for which sometimes the kind of mat we're using or the kind of flooring we're on can be too hard and cause friction for our joints, especially the knees, which are going to be pressing against the mat. So in that case, what is very helpful is to use a blanket, a folded blanket or a cushion to keep your knee supported. So here I'm going to use this blanket and place it underneath the knee. You can use a small pillow, a cushion as well. And now, once I have this placed somewhere in the middle of the mat where I know my knee is going to come, I'm going to get the knees on it. You can set your hands in front and we will place the right foot forward between the palms, right? So let's start coming into the low lunge of Parsvottanasana, right? So adjust your body. Notice how my front leg is aligned. Fingertips can be besides, and if you find that your hands are not comfortably reaching the ground, start understanding how you can use the blocks to make the same posture a lot more comfortable, right? So if you need the blocks, please get your hands on it, or you can simply be with the hands. We're going to spend a few easy breaths here. And from here, you're going to then push your hip to the back. Without changing the distance, you will just turn the toes up and place the front foot on the heel, walk your hands a bit back and coming into the half split and leaning forward with your body, right? And then again, bend and move forward. So we're going to do this a little bit repeatedly, dynamically, going back to straighten, coming forward into Parsvottanasana, going back to straighten, and moving forward. Let's do this one last time. Going back and straightening the leg and coming forward. Very nice. Now once you've come back forward, you're going to now move into Anjaneyasana, a step further in this posture. Slowly start first to take your hands onto the thigh. Yes, so coming into Anjaneyasana, you may just continue to be here, or if you're comfortable, you may release your hands up in the air one by one. So extending your hand up, inhale, then adding the other hand up, maybe joining the hands. If this is too much, just keep your hands on the thigh. Nice. We'll hold here for 5 breaths. Easy breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale to lower your hands down. And lastly, we'll once again move into the half split, countering the posture. Very nice. And then from here, you can walk your hands and directly take the leg out on the side. And let's repeat Parsvottanasana and the entire process once again on the left side. So stepping the second leg forward now. All right, get a good distance. Notice how your knee is comfortably supported at the back with a cushion prop. Keep your toes flattened out. And we will hold here in Parsvottanasana. So if you need your props for the palms, please place them. Notice how comfortable you get after that. Giving a few more easy breaths. And then pushing away to straighten the front leg. Walk your hands back if you like. And we're going to now move once again dynamically, going forward into the pose and pushing back to straighten the leg. Yes, starting to release the hamstring muscles here and pushing forward and straightening up. Again, moving forward and back. We'll go one last time, moving forward and pressing back. Great. Now once again, as you move forward into the lunge, we'll take it a step further into Anjaneyasana. So let us slowly, one by one, get the hands on the thighs. Take your time to slowly come up. Move your chest away. And only if you're comfortable, take the hands going up. One hand, both arms, and then holding here. 4, 5. Easy breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale. Bring the hands back down and push back. And lastly, ending with the counter stretch. Hold it here. And slowly release. You may then just pick the leg, place it back. Great. So here we're done with all our preparation. And I hope you're excited for what's coming next. Our peak posture, which is Hanumanasana or the front splits. Alright. So now I asked you for a certain set of props that we would require. As you can see, my bolster is ready, waiting for me from the beginning of the class. If you don't have one, you can use a long pillow, a set of cushions. As you can see, we have a blanket, you have blocks, and you can use all of these props in ways to support yourself for Hanumanasana. So let me demonstrate this for you and how slowly, effectively we can move into this posture. Remember, we're doing this with props, keeping in mind safety and security, that you don't injure yourself, and very mindfully you are able to then move into it. I have my blocks ready here. I'm going to prop it up full height. Watch me first. And then I'm setting up this bolster in a horizontal manner. And as you can see, the blanket is already ready behind. Okay, you could also take a cushion, prop it up with a blanket to increase the height. You'll know how much height is required as you start to do the pose. So this blanket is here for my knee cushioning. This is going to come right under my hips to give me a little initial support, and the blocks are for my hands. So how do we enter the pose? You're going to enter through the low lunges that you just did, starting from Parsvottanasana, moving gradually, sliding yourself into Hanuman. Alright, so I'm placing my right foot here, blocks for my hands, and watch how I first bring myself into the low lunge. Yes, I would want you to just watch this. Notice every tiny detail before you join me here. Alright, so as you are in this position, notice how the hips are resting in. So my hip is resting in. I'm comfortable. I know that my hamstring is not going to be loaded. It is not going to be an intense stretch without me being ready. And after that only, I'm going to be able to slide my foot forward. So I'm gradually sitting into the bolster, little by little allowing my leg to open. Now as you can see that my foot has gone forward already beyond this line, I will turn the toes up and slide only with the heel. So sliding with the heel, keeping a slight bending in the knee. And then notice I'm already in a modified variation of Hanumanasana. Does it make the benefits or the effectiveness of the posture any lesser? Absolutely not. You're going to be very safe with this, and you will be able to give your body the time to slide into it once you're ready. So here I am, fully split open, with the help of the bolster, without any tension onto my hamstrings, in a safe manner. Now when you're going to come out of this posture, you're going to push into the blocks, slide that heel back, and come back out, right? It was simpler than you thought. Let's get ready. I would want you to join me with it. I hope you have your entire prop setup ready for this. Okay, you can choose the height that's required. If you need more height, feel free to add a stack of cushions. So step one leg forward, coming into Parsvottanasana, set yourself in. Allow the back foot to be flattened out. Notice how the knee is cushioned, and keeping your hip, your pelvis connected to the prop. Once you have this as support, you can gradually move your foot forward. Notice how my hands, my shoulders are supported, not leaning forward, but here in the center. Walking, 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 and then after a point, let us curl the toes in, shoulders relaxed, breathe. Start to slide that heel, wriggle and nudge it forward, and little by little, sitting into Hanumanasana. Notice your body is feeling safe. It is feeling secure without any pressure of being in the posture. How beautiful is that? Sliding the foot forward, a little bend in the knee, Breathe. If you find that you've sat into the props very comfortably, you can also take the hands up. Alright, spend as much time as you are comfortable. You don't have to force yourself to be in it. And then you may slowly bring your hands down. Breathe. Now when you're going to come out of this, push into the blocks. Remember, push and slide out. This is the correct way of coming out. And slowly take the leg back. Prepare yourself. You want to stand out, move around, whatever it is to release your legs. And then we'll go for the second side. Okay, once you're ready, step the other leg forward. Space out and allowing yourself to sit into the prop once again. Yes, you may notice that one side is probably freer, the other side is a bit more tighter. No problem. It's not just you. It happens with all of us. You can accordingly increase or decrease the height of your props. Sit into it, relax shoulders, let your hips be supported. Start nudging your foot. Little by little, don't rush. And only once you've sat into it, you'll turn your toes up and then wriggle the foot. Slide that heel forward and gradually melt into Hanumanasana. Very nice. Once you're able to do this with comfort, you'll realize what it actually feels to enjoy the posture, right? Rather than just waiting for the counts to end. So try and enjoy it. Allow the props to help you stay in the posture for long. If you're comfortable here, raise your arms up, inhale. And then very slowly, when you're ready to come out, remember how we come out? We're going to push ourselves into the blocks, sliding that back. Yes, and then slowly release. And you may just take a moment in child's pose here. You can just lean over your props and rest your head in. And once you're ready, slowly come back out and sit comfortably on the mat. I hope you got to enjoy Hanumanasana slightly differently this time. Yes? And with this, I would like to quote B.K.S. Iyengar. Yoga is a light which once lit will never dim. The better your practice, the brighter the flame. I truly resonate with this and have found this to be very true in my years of experience. And I sincerely hope for you to discover the same. Let's proceed for our cool down now. You can clear out your mat space. You can move your props out on the side. And we're going to go into Malasana or the child's pose. So come in a kneeling position. Keep your knees and thighs together. You can choose to take your hands forward or to the sides, resting the head in. Allow your body to relax here. And taking one more breath in this position. Slowly inhale. Bring yourself back up. We're going to now move into Baddha Konasana. So let's have the feet joining. You can keep your legs a bit comfortably open, so feet can be a bit forward. Once you're seated here, let's move into a forward fold in Baddha Konasana. We will start by pressing the elbows into the legs out on the sides, gently nudging it down. Keep your chest open, look forward. Lower the body down, lower the body down. Notice how that makes you feel. If you're comfortable to further extend your hands ahead, do that. And you may also additionally grab a block and keeping the head supported. We'll hold here for a few easy breaths. Continue to stay here for the last few in the gentle opening of your inner thighs, of the groin. Notice the release in the muscles of your back, the hips, after all the practice that we did before. And taking one more breath here. Slowly inhale and bring yourself back up. Great. Now we're going to move onto the mat by lying down. Right? So lie down on the mat comfortably and we're going to take it into Ardha Matsyendrasana. Right? So let's pull the right knee into chest. Exhale, hug it, lift the head up and hold. Then slowly drop the head back down. From here, you're going to grab the back of your leg and extend this leg open. And from here, exhale, taking the head up towards the leg, bring it slightly close, bend the elbows. And then slowly drop it back down. Once you do that, you can bend this knee and we'll go in for a twist here in Supta Matsyendrasana. Simply, with a bent leg, turn over to the opposite side. And inhale, come back out. Let's do the same now with the left leg. Pull it in, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Exhale, head up to the knee and hold. Slowly drop it down and hold at the back of your thigh, straighten the leg. Keep your toes curled in. And exhale, lift up, elbows out to the sides, hold. Slowly drop your head down. Bend that knee and let's take a twist. Exhale, rotate, hold this here. Great, and let's come back. And now from here, we're going to go into Yastikasana, nicely pulling upward, toes pointing down. And while you're in Yastikasana, you're going to bend your upper body to the side. So here, watch, I'm just lifting and placing my upper body first on the right side, then I will walk my feet as well. And notice this banana or boomerang shape that I've made with the body. We'll hold it here, staying connected to the ground. And come back. First bring your head, your body in, walk your feet. Let's do the same on the left side. Bending to the left and walk your feet in. Let's hold. And then slowly bring the body back. Let the feet come back in and bring your hands by the sides and start to adjust yourself here as we relax for Shavasana. Separate your legs. Let your toes be pointed out to the sides. Palms turned up. Begin to close your eyes and start tuning your awareness within. Scanning all over from the head down towards the feet. From the feet all the way up towards the head, relaxing each and every part of your body. Remember to surrender. There is no rush, nowhere to be but here in the moment. Let your breath guide you to relax deeper. And very slowly you may start moving your fingers and toes. Begin to bend your knees one at a time. Roll over to your right side. And then you may push up. Sit up comfortably. And keeping the eyes closed, we'll take the palms in front of the chest, ending with 3 chants of Om together. Slowly then rub your palms, cup it to your eyes, your face. Gently open up. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you are now able to experience the difference with the use of props. I have an important posture tip for you. That is spending time in a yogic squat, or the Indian squat as we say, for healthier hips. Remember in the last session I mentioned how it's so important for us to start spending time closer to the earth on the ground. Similarly, trying to squat as often as possible is going to be really healthy, not just for your hips, even your bowel movement and digestion. Trying to do this first thing in the morning to get your bowels really working is going to be so beneficial for you in the long run. Again, this is a very important primal movement that we as humans have it genetically within us. So remind yourself of that and start squatting every day. And also don't forget to share your thoughts on our Facebook community, And also don't forget to share your thoughts with our Facebook community, Stronger Together with CultFit Life. For tomorrow's session, remember to keep a chair, blocks, and a strap handy. And with that, this is me, Nishtha Bijlani, signing off. I'll see you in the next one.
For more such workout videos, download the CultFit app now. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Cult.